A Goldman Sachs report estimated that AI could expose 300 million jobs to automation. Let that sink in. The question isn't whether AI is changing the job market, it already is. The question is which jobs, how fast, and what you do about it. Today I'm giving you the honest breakdown. The roles already under pressure, the ones that are safer than you'd think, and the skills that make you recession-proof in the age of AI. Let's start with what's already happening. Not speculation, data entry and basic administrative work. AI can process, categorize, and analyze structured data faster and more accurately than any human. If your job is primarily moving information from one place to another, that's at serious risk. Companies that used to hire large teams of data processors are now running the same workflows with AI and a small oversight team. Customer service and call centers. AI chatbots are already handling a massive volume of customer inquiries. They don't get tired, they don't call in sick, and they scale infinitely. The human roles that remain in customer service will increasingly be for complex, high-empathy situations, escalations, upset customers, unusual cases. Routine inquiries are already handled by AI in many industries. Copywriting and content writing, entry-level content writing, blog posts, product descriptions, basic articles, is being heavily impacted by AI. Brands are using AI tools to generate first drafts, and junior writer roles are shrinking. This doesn't mean writing as a profession is dead. It means the people who survive will be strategy thinkers, editors with strong judgment, and specialists with deep expertise, not people whose only value was typing words faster than average. Paralegal and legal research. AI can review documents, research case law, and draft standard contracts faster and cheaper than human paralegals. The legal industry is being restructured around AI assistants. Big law firms are already deploying these tools, and the entry-level legal job market is feeling it acutely. Bookkeeping and basic accounting. Software already automates most of this. AI accelerates the trend. CPAs who do strategic tax planning are safe. Data entry accountants are not. Beyond what's already happening, these are the roles most at risk in the near term. Radiologists and medical imaging. AI is outperforming humans at reading X-rays and MRIs for certain conditions. This isn't fully deployed yet, but the direction is clear. Radiologists who focus purely on image reading without patient interaction are the most exposed. Those who engage with complex cases, consult with treatment teams, and do interventional radiology have more protection. Mid-level financial analysts. AI can analyze financial data, build models, and generate reports. The junior analyst role, which used to be the entry point into finance, is being compressed. Investment banks are reducing junior headcount as AI handles the modeling work that used to take those roles hours. Travel agents. AI trip planners are already better than most human agents for the average traveler. The niche premium experience market survives, but mass market travel advice is largely automated. Basic graphic design. Logos, simple marketing graphics, social posts, all increasingly generated by AI. Designers who only do templated work are exposed. Creative directors, UX designers, and brand strategists, roles that require judgment and strategy, are much safer. Truck drivers and delivery. Self-driving technology is advancing. Long-haul trucking automation is probably 5 to 10 years away from broad deployment, but it's coming. The transition will be gradual, and the timeline is uncertain, but it's directionally clear. Now the good news, a lot of jobs that people worry about are actually more resilient than the headlines suggest. Skilled trades, electricians, plumbers, HVAC, welders. You cannot automate installing a circuit breaker in someone's century-old home with weird wiring or diagnosing why a boiler is making a specific sound. These jobs require physical dexterity, problem-solving in unpredictable environments, and human judgment. Demand for skilled trades is actually increasing, wages are rising, and there aren't enough workers. The Bureau of Labor Statistics projects strong growth in all major trade categories through 2030. And here's the kicker. The same AI revolution that's threatening office jobs is also driving electrification, EV adoption, and renewable energy, all of which need electricians. Healthcare, nurses, therapists, social workers. Human connection and hands-on care cannot be fully automated. AI assists but doesn't replace. Demand is growing with an aging population. The human element of healthcare, the bedside manner, the emotional support, the physical care, remains irreplaceable. Teachers and coaches. AI can deliver information. It cannot build the human relationship, the accountability, the motivation that good teachers and coaches provide. The role evolves, it doesn't disappear. Teachers who integrate AI tools to personalize learning and free themselves from administrative work will be more effective, not obsolete. Sales, especially complex, consultative sales. Relationships, trust, reading a room, these are deeply human skills. AI can handle inbound leads and repetitive outreach, but closing a 100K deal still requires a human. Entrepreneurs and business owners. The person who decides what to build, who to hire, what problem to solve, that role gets augmented by AI, not replaced by it. Actually, AI tools make it easier than ever to run a small business with a lean team. Here's the actionable part. First, don't panic. The labor market has survived every previous wave of automation, and this one is also likely to create new categories of work that don't exist yet. That said, preparation beats reaction. Skill up in AI literacy. You don't need to become an engineer, but understanding how AI tools work and how to use them, that makes you valuable in virtually any field. The person who does their job and knows how to leverage AI will outperform and outlast the person who refuses to adapt. This is the most consistent finding in every study looking at AI's impact on employment. AI doesn't replace workers. It replaces workers who don't use AI. Move up the value chain. In any field, there are lower-level tasks that AI can do and higher-level strategic, creative, or relational work that it can't. Focus your career on the higher end. Ask yourself, what's the highest judgment, most human part of my job? Invest in being excellent at that. Consider the trades if you're early in your career. Seriously, electricians averaging 80 to 100K per year, no student loan debt, and AI-proof job security. It's one of the most underrated career paths in 2026. Build multiple income streams. Don't depend on a single employer in a single industry. Side income from digital products, content, or skills gives you a buffer that changes how you negotiate and what risks you can take. Here's what gets missed in nearly every conversation about AI and jobs. The people who understand this technology and can apply it are in higher demand than ever, and that demand is only growing. Every organization trying to implement AI needs people who can bridge the gap between the technology and the actual work that needs to get done. Not AI PhDs, not machine learning engineers, regular professionals who understand their industry deeply and know how to direct AI tools effectively to get real work done. A lawyer who can use AI tools for research and document drafting while applying sharp legal judgment to complex cases is worth more, not less, than a lawyer who can't. A financial analyst who uses AI to process data and surface insights while applying genuine market understanding to investment decisions is indispensable. A nurse who uses AI-assisted diagnostic tools while providing irreplaceable human care is the meme Odell of what healthcare looks like going forward. The framing that matters. AI doesn't replace professionals who use it. It makes them dramatically more productive. And more productive professionals earn more money, get promoted faster, and are harder to replace. The practical implication: whatever your field, become the person in that field who knows AI best. Read about the AI tools relevant to your work. Experiment with them. Share what you learn with colleagues. Become the person people come to with AI questions. That informal expertise translates into formal opportunities, new roles, promotions, consulting engagements. If you're genuinely concerned about AI's impact on your career, here's a concrete action plan. Days 1 to 30. Assess and learn. Honestly evaluate your current role. Which tasks could AI do, or is AI already doing? What's the uniquely human value you provide? Then spend 30 minutes a day learning the AI tools most relevant to your field. Not watching YouTube videos about AI in general, actually using the tools that apply to your specific work. If you're a writer, experiment with AI writing tools. If you're in marketing, test AI campaign tools. If you're in finance, explore AI analytics platforms. Days 31 to 60. Implement and demonstrate value. Pick one workflow in your current job and improve it meaningfully with AI. Bring that improvement to your manager. I figured out how to use Tool to cut the time we spend on task by 40%. Here's how. This does two things. It shows your company you're adding value, and it builds your AI application skills through real-world practice. Days 61 to 90. Invest in your long-term position. Take one step toward the highest value, most AI-resistant version of your career. Maybe that's pursuing a certification in a specialized area. Maybe it's starting a side project that demonstrates strategic thinking. Maybe it's building relationships in an adjacent area that's growing. The specific step depends on your situation. The important thing is taking it. 90 days of intentional action around your career, and AI is more protective than years of anxiety about it. There's a significant generational factor to this conversation that's worth acknowledging. Workers who are 50 plus and whose careers are in fields being significantly disrupted by AI are in a genuinely difficult position. Retraining is possible, but harder. Career pivots are disruptive. The honest truth is that this cohort faces the most immediate risk from AI automation and the shortest runway for adaptation. Workers in their 20s and 30s are in a fundamentally different position. You have decades of career ahead of you in an economy that will have AI deeply integrated throughout. The skills you build now, AI literacy, adaptability, uniquely human competencies, will pay dividends across that entire span. You are not behind. You have time, and the tools are available to you right now to position yourself well. For younger workers specifically, the AI-resistant skills aren't mysterious or inaccessible. They're things like systems thinking, creativity, leadership, persuasion, deep domain expertise, and the ability to learn continuously. These are skills that have always been valuable. AI just makes them more valuable by contrast to the cognitive tasks it can automate. The people who will thrive in an AI-integrated economy are those who are genuinely curious about the world, genuinely skilled at working with people, and genuinely capable of making good judgments in complex, ambiguous situations. That's not a niche. It's a description of anyone who commits to developing themselves seriously over time. The future of work is being rewritten. That's uncomfortable for a lot of people, but it's also full of genuine opportunity for those who see it clearly and move accordingly. The worst thing you can do is ignore it and hope your job is safe. Take stock of where you are. Honestly assess where AI is already affecting your field. Invest in the skills and adaptations that move you toward the AI-resistant, high-value end of your industry. And stay curious about the tools that are changing everything, because understanding them is now part of being professionally literate. The people who are thriving right now in this transition share one thing. They didn't wait to be affected. They got ahead of it. Subscribe if you want to keep up with how AI is reshaping work and life. We cover this stuff every week. Drop a comment. What job do you have, and what's your honest assessment of your AI exposure? I'm genuinely curious, and the conversation in the comments on this kind of video is always worth reading.